I love that word, man. Especially being the guy in the music movie. I grew up doing music. My dad was a musician. I've been surrounded by musicians. A virtuoso is a high compliment, and I'm honored.
You played in a band, didn't you?
I played a little half-assed guitar in bands when I was a kid, and then I studied music in college, but I didn't play anything well. I was a singer and a composer and a conductor.
How did you find the intensity to play Fletcher?
On the page, honestly, Miles Teller will tell you the same thing. We were both blessed to be the guys that Damien chose. In Miles' case, he wrote it with Miles in mind, and in my case, he listened when Jason Reitman suggested me as the guy to play it, and it was really all there.
The overwhelming acclaim of this film, Whiplash, how does that make you feel?
It's very gratifying, and I've made a lot of little indie films, and some of them have been very good. Whiplash, I think, is the best film that I've made. Certainly, the best indie film like this that I've ever been a part of, and it's very gratifying that not only that Damien did such a brilliant job making the movie, but that people are actually seeing it, and Sony Pictures Classics is doing a nice job of getting people into theaters to see it, and for Damien to be able to share his story.
Okay, on your left side here, sir.
Take me back. First time you're paging through Damien Chazelle's incredible screenplay for Whiplash. Did it blow your mind? Did it fly off the page?
I've used that exact term.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I mean, it was just brilliant. Yeah. So you're copying me totally. Yeah. I mean, it was one of the most compelling things I've ever read in my life.
You have a fascinating background. You've done TV, you've done film, you've been on Broadway in Guys and Dolls, you have a musical background of singing and all these different things. Have you ever had a teacher this tough?
No. No. I would have quit whatever the discipline was. A football coach or two, maybe in high school, that was close-ish, but I'm not playing football, am I?
You need some coddling, we know, okay, right.
Kinder, gentler.
Do you think this approach can work?
I think it can, yeah. I mean, it depends on the person. I love that the film inspires that sort of fundamental debate, and that was one of the first things that Damien and I talked about when we talked about me having the opportunity to play this part, was that I wanted to be sure that he didn't want to dictate to the audience, this is the lesson I want people to learn. This character is good, this character is bad, and people tend to leave this theater. So many people have used the word vibrating to me. I left the theater vibrating, It's a visceral experience, and people, it's a real ride of a movie, but it also, people walk out of the theater debating this sort of fundamental question.
Well, I remember putting something up, I saw it, whenever I saw it in the early fall, I remember putting something up on Twitter like, forget Marvel superhero movies, the best hero-villain combo of the year is Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. And I got responses back, and they said, well, I might disagree with you on who the hero is and who the villain is. And I think that's really interesting, and I don't know if you deep down have a feeling on who the hero is and who the villain is in this movie, do you?
No.
If you did, would you tell me?
No.
Exactly.
J.K. Simmons.
First of all, I really like Christopher's idea of us having a repertory company. That would be sitting here trying to think of plays we could do and go on the road. Would probably be a scheduling nightmare, but I just realized the first time I came to this film festival was for another young director's first film, a movie called Thank You for Smoking by a kid named Jason Reitman. And he's been doing okay. And I honestly believe that Damien Chazelle has the same kind of potential and can be the same kind of filmmaker that we will be blessed to be watching his work for the next many, many decades, long after I'm retired and living on my private island. I didn't know that was coming out of my mouth until it was over. That's from the commercials, by the way, not from films. The private island money. Thanks.